Hey there, curious minds, and welcome to the third episode of Brood and Bewildered, your go to place for all things strange, spooky, and downright unexplainable. I'm your host, Jess, and whether you're sipping on your morning coffee, taking a break at lunch, or just in the mood for some mystery, you're in the right spot. Each week, we'll dive into chilling true crime cases, mind boggling paranormal events, cults, conspiracies, and the weirdest happenings that defy logic. In these short episodes, we'll brew up some unsettling stories to keep you questioning everything you thought you knew. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get bewildered. Today, we're diving into a chilling mystery that has haunted the waters of the North Sea for decades and left more questions than answers. This is the story of the SS Ourang Medan, a ghost ship that drifted aimlessly through the fog, leaving behind a crew frozen, literally frozen, in terror, and a mystery that still remains unsolved. Now, picture this. It's the 1940s, and you're in the vast, foggy expanse of the North Sea. The waves are calm, the air is cool, and the horizon is barely visible. Suddenly, your ship's radio crackles to life with a distress signal. It's coming from a nearby vessel, the SS Ourang Medan. But what you don't know is that this call for help will lead to one of the most bizarre and chilling maritime mysteries ever recorded. The SS Ourang Medan was a Dutch freighter believed to have been built in the early 1940s. Some reports suggest it operated in the Southeast Asian and Pacific regions during and after World War II. However, much of the ship's official documentation remains unclear, leaving its true origins shrouded in mystery. It's most likely the Ourang Medan was involved in commercial trade, but there are theories that the ship may have also been engaged in secretive operations, possibly smuggling or transporting military supplies. Given the time period, it's also possible that the ship was involved in post war activities, including distributing wartime goods or weapons, potentially connected to the black market. As for the crew, it's believed they were a mix of Dutch sailors and possibly Southeast Asian crew members, common for ships in that region at the time. The Orang Medan would have likely had a modest sized crew consisting of men experienced in maritime trade or even military operations. The Orang Medan seemed to vanish without a trace after sending its final distress signal in 1947. The ship had been drifting aimlessly in the North Sea, and when nearby vessels received the SOS, they rushed to its location to offer aid. But what they found when they boarded the ship was nothing short of horrifying. As they made their way onto the freighter, they noticed something strange. The ship was eerily silent. No sounds of life, no movement, nothing. As they continued their search of the deck, they made a discovery that no one could have prepared for. The entire crew was dead. Every single person aboard the Orang Medan had perished, frozen in bizarre positions. Some were discovered sprawled across the deck, others still at their posts, but what was most striking were their faces. Terrifyingly, their expressions were locked in sheer horror, eyes wide open, mouths agape in silent screams. But there were no visible wounds, no injuries to explain their sudden and gruesome deaths. And then things took an even darker turn. Just as the rescuers were preparing to tow the ship back to port, the Orang Medan mysteriously exploded in a violent blast, sinking into the depths of the North Sea. The explosion left no trace of the vessel, and with it, the answers to one of the most chilling maritime mysteries ever recorded. The crew of the Orang Medan was never formally identified after their deaths. No survivors came forward, and there weren't even any records found that could confirm the identities of those aboard. The mystery of the SS Ourang Medan has intrigued people for decades, and several theories have emerged to explain the strange deaths of its crew. Here are three of the most popular. Theory 1: a cursed or vengeful spirit. Some believe that SS Ourang Medan was cursed, possibly due to its involvement in illicit activities like smuggling dangerous goods, angering spirits, leading to the crew's tragic fate. Theory 2, toxic gas leak. Another theory is that the crew died from exposure to toxic gas leaking from the ship's cargo, possibly hazardous chemicals or explosives. These fumes could have incapacitated the crew, causing their deaths and the subsequent explosion of the ship. Theory 3, carbon monoxide poisoning. A third theory suggests carbon monoxide poisoning from a malfunctioning engine, filling the ship with the deadly, colorless gas. While this would explain the crew's sudden deaths, it doesn't account for the ship's explosion. Now, let's compare these theories to maritime disasters in the past. Many strange occurrences at sea have been explained by science. Take the Mary Celeste, for example. Its mystery was likely due to a combination of natural factors, or the USS Scorpion, where a technical malfunction was eventually pinpointed as the cause of its sinking. But the SS Ourang Medan remains different. Despite the three theories that I just mentioned, there's no concrete evidence to explain what happened. In a world where we expect logic to unravel the unknown, the Ring Madan stands as a haunting reminder that some stories defy explanation. Sometimes reality is stranger than fiction. And perhaps that's what makes this mystery even more unsettling. The SS Ourang Medan may have sunk beneath the waves, but the questions surrounding the crew's deaths continue to haunt the North Sea. The fear frozen on their faces, the unexplained explosion, and the eerie silence. They remain an unsolved puzzle, cementing the Orang Madan as one of the most terrifying maritime legends to ever drift through the fog. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the unknown. I'm your host, Jess, and you've been listening to Brood and Bewildered. Until next time, keep your eyes open because the world is full of mysteries waiting to be uncovered. Stay curious and always leave room for a little bewilderment with every story.